Good morning, world. Freezing outside, man. I thought it was going to be cold yesterday with the storm coming in. It wasn't bad. It was just wet. I got back to the halfway house about 5:10, something like that. I ate 6 o'clock. Went upstairs, got in the bed after changing. I was out. My whole body was so sore. Like, my fingers hurt just lifting up my fingers when I was in the bed. Planting these trees ain't no hoe. I enjoy it. It pays. It don't pay well, but it pays. I didn't have to explain my situation about just coming home from prison. They are okay with the bus thing. A lot of places, if you're looking for a $20, $30 an hour job and you tell them you don't have a car, they automatically think you're not responsible. That's the first thing that comes to their mind, which isn't true about me. I'd have probably more than 3 cars. I lost 3 of them. It can be really frustrating. So that's another reason why I took the job as well. Plus, I didn't want to feel like I was spitting in Jeff's face. I was the only one hired out of the whole cohort, the 6-week program that they do, that they recruit people out of halfway houses and all over the city of Detroit to do this program to give them training and a platform to do something with their life, and help them find jobs if it isn't for the greening. So when Jeff came to me and asked me if I wanted a job, I said yes. I didn't want to say no. I was thinking about going back to this place, the Salvation Army actually. The Salvation Army, I turned down a job. They wanted to hire me to drive a high-low, $16 an hour with overtime every week. So I could have worked the 40 and then I could have got another extra 10 hours of overtime, which would have been nice. It'd be making $1 more than I make at the greening. I'm only making 15. But it's income coming in. I didn't have to wait to start working. I was starting immediately right after I graduated. They did an interview with me. They asked me if I could start Monday, and I was like, yeah, because we graduated on a Friday, so I didn't have to wait to, get in and all that, and go through a background check and all that other stuff. They already did it. They already had all of my information. Another reason why I wanted to stay with the greening is they're going to pay for my chauffeur's license. If I want to do a CDL B, they don't do CDLA, which is to drive a semi with air brakes, but I could do a box truck. They'll pay for all of that. Even though they don't cost much for the CDLB, you just pay Secretary of State to take the test, and it's pretty easy. From what I understand, I never took it, but there's a lot of guys that are in the greening that took the test, and they said it's easy. And when I see who they are and those things, I realize, like, oh, well, if they can do it, I can definitely fucking do it. So I'm over here scrounging up change this morning. I took change out my backpack so I could get a coffee. I got a couple of gold dollars, coins. I don't have $5, I only have 4. So I can't get 2 donuts. I probably can only get the coffee, which is fine. I ate 2 bowls of cereal and they gave me a lunch for lunch. I don't know if I don't have health insurance. I need to get health insurance. I want to get my teeth fixed. You can't get health insurance through the greening unless you're a crew leader. They were going to start me at $14 an hour, but because I have my license, they started me at $15 because if somebody calls off or whatnot, I can drive a truck. I just can't drive the truck with people in it until I have my chauffeur's license, really. They're not stressed out about it, but you're supposed to have a chauffeur's license to drive any of those trucks, really, that have those numbers on them, business trucks. I don't know what to do, man. I really don't. Insurance is extremely high right now. I called the place to see if I could pay for it on my own. Working at the greening, that's not possible. They wanted $300 a month. They said they couldn't find any cheaper than that. That's, if I was making $1,200, you know, $1,400 a week, which is my norm at a job, I could afford it. I'd pay it. I talked to one of my bosses, Carlos. I asked him about it. He told me, that's how I found out only crew leads get paid health insurance, but he said he's gonna talk to the HR department and see what they can do for me. He knows that I'm gonna stick around. He knows I'm a good worker. He sees it. And yesterday, the skid steer, the guy that drives the skid steer, we had a drill that we rented, and it takes a hydraulic hose, and when you can detach it and attach it, so it has a quick release for the hydraulic hose. He sat there for 10 minutes pushing in the hose, and the little ring that's on the outside, it's almost like an air compressor thing for the tips. You push it in, you push it back, you push the tip in, and then usually it slides back on its own. He's telling my boss that it's broke, that we need to get a new skid steer. And I honestly think that he was trying to get out of work. I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like, you know what, we need to get these holes drilled. So I went over there, I was like, let me see it. He's like, I've been here for 10 minutes, it's broke. I'm like, just give me a second, I'll check it out. The grooves that were on the hose were full of hydraulic oil and dirt and all that. I took my pocket knife that I had, I cleaned out the ring, the little bevel on the hose side, and I pushed it in there. But I took that collar and I pushed it back before I put the tip in, and then I pulled the collar back. It just needed a little extra love, you know. It went in and it locked. And he's like, no way, that just happened. I was gonna sit there and tell him how to do it, but he's seen, you know, I already know what it was. It was raining yesterday and he didn't want to do work. A lot of guys are like that on this crew. They're lazy. And nobody really says anything, you know, they just let them be lazy. The one guy that has his window broken out, got his window broken out yesterday, he's on his last strike. He keeps coming in late. Which my boss knows we have a lot of downtime. Unless it's planning season, we ain't doing much. So he really ain't like tripping over about you being lazy. But his pet peeve is showing up for work, not being late. Because it's a non-profit company, every person that is hired that works there is accounted for. Whenever somebody comes in and takes off early or keeps on coming in late, it's a lot of work for the HR department to shrink your hours. It's just a lot. So this person flying. So when people are doing that and stuff, they're coming in late. One, it makes their bosses look bad, and two, it causes more work for HR. So it upsets both of my bosses. It can be it's funny because you always see them get pulled to the side, and it's hilarious because all these people have cars and they're crying that it's too early and all these other things, you know, there's an accident and all this stuff. And then my boss has been using me. He's like, Jonathan comes to work every day on a bike. He rides his bike from the east side of Detroit to work in the rain, in the cold, and he's here an hour early. Like, I don't understand why you guys can't be here when you have a car. So I'm kind of not like, people kind of not liking me, but they do because I work. I kind of don't like being put in that position, but it is what it is. It's going to allow me to move up quickly in a company, and because my boss seen me put that hose in and stuff, he's been seeing me doing certain things, you know, that I'm mechanically inclined. It's good for when I pitch this job to them. I really want to be part of the program, the Greening of Detroit. I like it. It ain't the best pay, but work isn't about the best pay. It can be, but I like planting trees, man. It's not that I like planting them. Planting them sucks, especially when they get real heavy. It's contributing to the environment. I'm helping save this planet, save this area. I grew up here, so, you know, planting 30 trees, 10 trees, whatever I do a day, it makes a difference. And not only does it help have better quality air, it makes the area look better, man. So I gotta figure something out, though. I gotta be able to make some extra income to compensate. Until I have my own place, I can't really do a lot of that in a sense. I know I can, once I get this car, I'll be able to do the side jobs, you know, get a toolbox I can fix on people's cars or whatnot on the side. There's a lot of people at my work that need jobs done, stuff done to their vehicles, those type of things. But there's a guy named Bob. He runs a prison ministry. I contacted him. He helps people out with cars. He would give people Walmart gift cards, housing, those type of things. But he don't just like, he'll give you free Walmart cards, but when it comes to the car or like a place, he will match you. He wants to see that you're working and you're saving money, you know, putting money up and stuff, so he isn't just pissing out money. But I could potentially have his help. He stopped helping people at this halfway house because the way the halfway house is ran, it's so strict. He's wasted so much time trying to help people. So he told me to call him when I get out. But if I got $1,500 put up, he'll match $1,500. And I grab a car and I only have to pay for half of it. That would help me out a lot. And then he can potentially help me with housing. All this stuff that he does, he gets the money back. He's got to claim it at the end of the year, but he gets the money back from the government because of what he does and all those things. So I'm gonna try to take advantage of it. Why wouldn't I? I could potentially have a car a lot faster than waiting for my second check, and then I have money for clothes and a few other things that I need. Hello. Can I get a large coffee, please? Triple.
Yes, anything else for you?
I only have $4, I think. 75. There's 4. I have $4.10. It's $2.50 for a coffee. I might be able to get a donut. I thought the coffee was a lot more. How much is the coffee? $2.50. How much is a donut? Alright, there's one. Can I get a glazed donut? It's $1.50 for a donut. I thought they were cheaper than that. I thought the coffee was more expensive. I'm happy to know that the coffee is only $2.50. Thank you. Shukran. I never got a receipt from him, and it shows up on a little tablet. I never looked, so I was just guesstimating. I need coffee. I gotta have it. They have little packets of coffee they pass out at the halfway house. It's Nescafe. It tastes good, but the little packets, and they usually only want to give you one, but most of the people, if you ask for 2, they'll give you 2. But you can take 4 of them and put them in a bottle, drink it, and it won't do anything for me. Tastes good. Sometimes it's a little bitter if I use too many. I only have one more day to go, really. You don't count today, and you don't count the day you get paid, which is the day that I'm released, which I still don't know if I'm actually leaving or not. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen, though. I think my PO wants me to meet him at the Fed building downtown Detroit, and then we're probably going to just ride to my brother's house, which makes me nervous. I'm nervous as hell. I got a hold of my brother, so he's okay with everything. I told him I'm probably going to need a ride, which I have my bike, so I'm probably just going to have to put all my stuff in his car and then just ride my bike in the bus to his place. Which, it's going to suck. Well, hopefully I have an interesting day. Probably shouldn't talk of food in my mouth. Take care, everyone.